Well, so in honor of the Yale system of grading, we'll do this in a high pass, pass, fail sort of voting mechanism. And give us the answers you have to these questions. First is about the US News rankings. And it's written like a dumb law school exam. Polly Pretentious is a prospective student. She
Is
graduated
she
without.
hot?
I don't think that's relevant to the fact pattern, but I'll
Oh,
say sure, whatever. But Polly Pretentious is a prospective student. She graduated with honors and nabbed a great score on the LSAT. She's going to a T14 school, but doesn't know how to choose. She picks up a copy of a news magazine that pretends to be a rankings magazine called US News. Or actually, that probably should be backwards. Anyway, in deciding what law school to attend, Polly is just going to use the US News rankings. Is this a good idea? We'll start with Jenna.
I would have to say maybe I'd give her a pass. I think it's a good idea to look at the rankings, but when you're that high up in a T14 school, I think that you have to look at the other factors such as costs, comfort, just the overall feel, what fits for you.
Jenna, do you have like a cutoff? So like you said, if you're high enough up, what if you're looking at like a top 50 school? Do the rankings become important then?
I think they're important, but I think unless you're in the top 14, you should really take the other factors into consideration more so than maybe you're two schools higher on the rankings, but you don't really love that school, or maybe it costs a lot more. I think you definitely have to look at everything as a whole.
Well, Nicholas, what's your take on this?
I agree completely with Jenna. I think that there's different tiers of law schools, and certainly here in the top 20 law schools, there's a negligible difference between a couple spaces on the ranking. It is negligible, and really should look to, what's your debt after law school? Where do you want to practice? What kind of programs does that school offer? And a lot of different factors rather than just a 1 or 2 point difference on the ranking.
Nick, what if US News is telling you that you're looking at going to a steaming pile of a law school that's ranked below 150, so it doesn't even give a number? Should we listen to US News then?
Certainly, if you were comparing a school that was unranked versus a top 20 school, obviously the reputation difference between the two is significant enough that I think that's important. I think what we were talking about is just a couple point difference in, let's say, top 14 or top 20 school rankings.